September 15th was a day of big releases. We released our latest blockbuster NBA sim, 2K18, and it was also the day Nike unveiled the new NBA jerseys. We were in LA with NBA stars from all 30 teams, showing off the technology behind the Nike Connect jerseys that will allow you to connect with players and 2K.
What's up, guys? We are here at the Nike Innovation Summit, and they just revealed the brand new jerseys for this upcoming NBA season. I have my buddy, Ronnie 2K, to help us fill in the details.
Yeah, okay, so you can scan the jerseys at any NBA store, and you get some 2K content. It's pretty neat, and it's just cool to be attached at the hit with Nike on our launch day and their big announcement of the statement jerseys. It was really cool to be here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here, too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena. For the Cavaliers, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And fellas, a new season about to begin. Clean slate. Plenty of hopes and dreams out there. Kenny, how do you spot a new legitimate contender?
I usually look for the team with good balance, where one guy isn't doing everything. One guy.
And there is a buzz in the air in the sold-out Quicken Loans Arena. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the... And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge. Well, great to hear that, D.A. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. Here we are, Clark, opening night. It's officially upon us. I know you think it's important to get off to a good start, don't you?
I really do, Kevin. It's better than getting off to a poor start. Because the season is so long, you've got time to overcome either one, but it's always best to get off to a nice start. It gives you confidence and gives you momentum that you can build on.
Tip-off goes to Houston. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Outside Thomas. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Thomas got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Cavs. Here's Paul. Here's Capella. Good D by Thompson.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Thomas goes in from deep. James. The rebound by Harden.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Wade against Harden. Thomas gets a wide open look. The shot misses, and the Rockets take it the other way.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
Really easy to tell that this is an important game, Greg. I mean, I don't know if the crowd will get a chance to take a breath in this one.
It's a pick by Love. Thomas goes in, jacks up a three, and Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Thomas. Love's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Baseline try. They get it again. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's James, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And I'm just not sure the league has ever seen a more intimidating slasher than LeBron James. A 6'8" bullet train. He's so strong, so quick, and if he gets a shoulder on you, watch out. We're watching a legend. And LeBron James said he's chasing a ghost. He wants to be the greatest player of all time.
And the rejection by James. It's deflected. Paul with the steal. And they're running. Here's Harden. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Wade. And LeBron always feels like he can get past his man. It's that next level of the D he focuses on.
And if I'm the help, I play him for the pass. I don't want to be in that poster. Maybe the most devastating finisher in league history.
Ball against Thomas. The kick out to LeBron. Anderson knocks it loose. LeBron dishes to Thompson. Outside Thomas. Shot clock at 3. Wade has the open look. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Wade's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Paul, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Chris Paul signing the big contract this past offseason, and you knew he'd end up with one of the biggest deals out there, and his impact on a team goes far beyond just stats.
And he can't get the first one. Well, Greg, Houston wanted Chris Paul, and they got their man. One of the bigger surprises, certainly, of the offseason.
Yeah, and without Paul on this roster, this team isn't in the conversation for winning. You need him to keep your window of winning open, and he is just that impactful and makes everyone on the floor better.
Thompson, a screen on Paul. Here's Thomas, and again it's Cleveland.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Rockets 4th.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Crowder comes in for Thompson. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas.
This just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
Here's Wade, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Anderson's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score, just great ball movement.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest 2 guards to ever play.
For the Cavaliers, Smith comes in for James. And it's Corver in for Dwayne Wade. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for James Harden. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all-NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Here's Paul. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Rose against Paul. Count it, good. Rose has got his first basket of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too. Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
That's tipped. Baamute with the steal. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. That one goes. Count it. Gordon's got his first basket.
And I like how Paul constantly looks to set up his guys, knows how to orchestrate the offense with his passing.
Rose kicks to Smith. Misses the three.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 6. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Hey, you talked to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Yep, pounding away on the boards. I mean, controlling the backboards. It's been a huge difference so far.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Nene is out there with Luke and Baamute. And it's Tucker in at the small forward. No good on the second free throw. And the Rockets play at one of the highest paces in the NBA. A lot of possessions for both sides as they want as many chances as they can possibly get to score. Clark, when you think about that, how do you prepare for a team like the Rockets if you're their opponent?
Well, there are a couple of things you can do. One is you try to slow them down, and some teams are equipped to do that. Other teams are equally adept at the three, so you match them shot for shot. But the problem with that is Harden is really good in the half court. And even when you take away transition, he can hurt you in the half-court game.
Shooting two.
First one falls for him.
And with D. Rose going through the free agent process this past summer, very different market than when he first signed his big extension back in 2012. But still, there were teams that wanted what he has to offer, and he'll make an impact.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Tucker. And Baamute inside, covered by Smith. Chalk up two there.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And for Rose in his free agency, he isn't, Greg, the same player he once was, but he can still run a team, and he can get you some points.
Yeah, and his leadership is a big part of the package now. He can be a good mentor to upcoming guards in an organization, act as kind of that bridge, if you will, for a team, or that missing piece for a franchise looking to make a run.
Another shot. Here's Smith, the feed to Thompson. Rose gets a wide open look. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 6 points for Derrick Rose.
And Rose continuing to hone that jump shot. That's where he can take his game to the next level.
A different look now for Cleveland. LeBron, he's checked in for Smith. Dwayne Wade comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Derrick Rose. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mba'amuta. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Thomas, no good.
Can't get more open than that. No idea how he mistimed that mid-range shot. Maybe he was too open.
Rockets trail by 9. Harden with it. Wade picks him up. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, I like how crafty Harden is, boy. Terrific at bullying his way down deep. A dangerous, dangerous scorer in the post.
Wade passes to Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Now Cleveland moving it up. Harden against Thomas. Wide open look. Again, Thomas missing.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, D.A. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Ariza. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. James against Gordon. Misses the baby hook. Rockets trail by 6. Thomas with the steal. 3-on-3. You always say it, Clark, so much of the game is played inside your mind, between the ears, in your head. Which players jump out to you as being some of the smartest players on the floor?
Kevin, there are so many guys that fall into that category. LeBron James is at the top of the list for me because of how he impacts the game in so many ways at both ends of the floor, and his size and athleticism make him unique. Chris Paul, another guy who has great awareness on the court.
Took him no time at all on that one. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap. Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Anderson with the ball, picked up by Thompson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor, and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
Here's LeBron. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Nene, he's checked in for Capella. It's Harden with the drive, makes it off the glass. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Thomas against Ariza. Offside Thomas. Lock at 6 over Ariza. Here's Wade. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nene.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own. A dynamite two-guard who is also a clutch performer.
For Cleveland, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And the first one drops.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. Rose comes in for Thomas. Houston also making some changes. Mbaamute's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Paul subbed in for Eric Gordon. Paul with the bucket.
No problem at all operating in the paint for Chris Paul. He shoots an excellent percentage, even down there amongst the trees.
Paul against Rose. Out to Smith for 3. The rebound by Harden. Rockets trail by 7. Mbaaumute dishes to Harden. And the shot goes down. Harden's got 8 points.
Boy, that was a masterful read from the talented Harden. I mean, he's at his best when he's attacking in the open court. Nobody better.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They've got the 7-point lead. Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. This led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. Now they need to stay mean, Ernie. Cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
In my mind, the defense was weak, very weak. They're letting guys run free, getting open shots, and no one on that team is stepping up. I know a premium has been placed on scoring in our league, but you still have to play defense because defense wins championships.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, folks. So much to do here in downtown Cleveland and East 4th Street, right in the heart of it all. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the 2 stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Cavaliers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And LeBron James has openly stated very publicly, especially last year in the finals, he is chasing Michael Jordan. He wants to be the best ever.
And at this point, he might be top 2.
I Yes, indeedy.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off.
Talk about bringing it. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown. Well, you look at a player of Harden's ability, and a couple of things stand out for me. One is his competitive spirit. He's understated, but he's very competitive. He doesn't take nights off. He's a guy who really takes pride in showing up and playing every game.
That free throw good from Harden. And to illustrate Harden's competitive nature, last season he famously said, "I just want to hoop. I'll rest when I'm done." You know, Clark, that's exactly what you want to hear from your team leader.
Yeah, you love hearing that. Owning the responsibility of leading and showing up all the time. And Harden, heavily depended upon by his team, gives you everything he has every night. Not super flashy, but very competitive and driven.
Anderson gets to Ariza. Passes to Capella. The 9-foot shot. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Capella's got his second basket of the night.
You know, Capella does a nice job maintaining his focus on the offensive end. He doesn't get a ton of touches, but whenever he gets a clean look at the rim, he takes advantage of it.
The Cavaliers again can't hit. Rockets trail by 6. Ariza has the open look. And James pulls it down. To the middle. Here's Wade. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Wade's got 11 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Anderson wide open. No good on the 3.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want, an uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession.
Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Guys, Tristan Thompson has one of the longest consecutive games played streaks in NBA history. He said, "The mind's a powerful thing, and if you tell your brain everything is all right, you'd be surprised on the stuff you can achieve. We have the mental toughness to push through our limits. That's how you become great and test yourself as a player." Kevin?
Well, David, Thompson's certainly a mentally strong player. Always nice to have someone you can rely on night in and night out. And the shot's good from Crowder.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Timeout called the Rockets.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Paul kicks to Harden. Back to Paul for the 3. They get it back. Capella banked in off the glass. Capella's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, Capella's really hard to deal with inside, especially inside. Does a nice job using his size to get that shot off.
And Greg, wouldn't you agree? Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending.
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
And the Cavs over the last few seasons setting records when it comes to three-pointers made.
And really, they did a good job of surrounding LeBron with floor spacers. They doubled down on that when they got Channing Frye. And then when he and Kevin Love play together in the front court, the Cavs can bury you with their long-range shooting.
Derrick Rose is checked in for the Cavaliers. Houston also making some changes. Bahamute comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. And finished off by Rose.
And without question, Derrick Rose is one of the most athletic players the league has ever seen. Right there, reminding us just what he can do.
Paul kicks to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Rose against Paul. Rose passes to James. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line. That's on Clint Capella.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And, you know, under the circumstances, Greg, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown.
And one of the surprise moves of this past offseason was Chris Paul moving to Houston, joining James Harden to become one of the strongest backcourts in our league. Kicked off a feeling that Houston would be a force this season.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith has checked in, and then for Houston, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Anderson. Here's Nene, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. And you know, Greg, many thought that Chris Paul may take a look at San Antonio, and he did, but Houston was too enticing a chance to pass up.
Yeah, it's certainly a distinctive third chapter in Paul's career. He's always been criticized for not going deep in the playoffs, and saw Houston as maybe his best bet to make a deep run.
Rockets trail by 9. It's taken away by Smith, and there's the call on Nene. And that'll be his third foul so far. Love checked in for Kyle Korver. .156 left to play in the third. Rose in the post, defended by Paul. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Tucker dishes to Paul. Kicks it out to Gordon. Tries again. He lays it in. Gordon's got 6.
And Gordon has the burst of speed you like to see in a guard. Excellent at knifing through the defense to the cup.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Rockets.
And it's been pretty even between the bigs and smalls here. With the game still in question, we'll see which of these guys can take another step to take over the game.
6 on the shot clock.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
A shot by Paul, no good.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
The drive by James. The shot's good. LeBron's got 10 points in the quarter.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Paul against Rose. He hits Crowder on the wing. Smith kicks to Crowder. Back to Smith. The 3. Mba'amute pulls it in. Mba'amute has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rose with the block. And James throws it down hard.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Tucker hits the 3-point bomb. 7 seconds left in the third. James outside. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Rockets trail by 6. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. Luke Mba'amute out there with Nene. And it's Tucker in at the small forward position. Here's Wade. He can't get that one. Gordon with the defensive effort. Here's Harden. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Wade against Harden. And the dunk by Love.
And how about the intensity that Love has there on the board? Superb at timing how he jumps for offensive rebounds.
Here is Mbamute. Another shot. And slam dunk by Nene.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Thompson, he's checked in for Crowder. And Thomas subbed in for J.R. Smith. Houston also making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mbamute. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for P.J. Tucker. Wade kicks to Thompson. Over Anderson. Anderson with the block. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in. Rockets trail by 9. Harden outside. And here's Anderson for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's LeBron. That falls. Great assist by Love. 24 points for LeBron. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Hall's checked in for Houston. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Anderson passes to Harden. Wade with the block, and he gets it back, and it's in there.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
And so here's Cleveland. They have a 9-point lead. Here's LeBron. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Here's Wade. And Thompson kicks to Wade. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
And you got to like the touch there from Wade inside. A polished interior scorer who knows how to get to his sweet spot.
Thomas with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Thomas dishes to Wade. And Capella sends it back, and they're able to recover. Love with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 5th assist in this one. Rockets trail by 13. And here's Harden for 3. And the dunk by Capella.
Sheer power there from Capella. Not an easy guy to contain when he's going up with the shot.
For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th, and even 50%. Harden against Thomas. Out to Wade. Dishes it to Thompson. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And the Cavaliers call time here. They're up by 11. 1:36 left to play in the final quarter.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Just 5 to shoot. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, he bailed him out with that one. The shot clock was low. You got to just play straight up D. That is not the time to take a foul.
Here's LeBron.
Oh! Oh, man. And the fact that James is so aggressive here, constantly looking to score when he's in rhythm.
To the inside. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Harden.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Thomas against Paul. From 12 feet out, Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Cavaliers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in a season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against Houston.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LeBron.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now the dish to Ariza to the right side. And here's Anderson from the arc. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
Well, you still got to know the situation and be aware. I mean, he wasn't getting to that ball. Best to not get out of control and pick up that foul.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jay Crowder's checked in for Love. Smith comes in for LeBron. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas.
And I think Harden is a natural leader. Somebody that commands respect, who also happens to be a dominant scorer.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Crowder sets a screen for Rose. Kicks it to Fry. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. Free throw, good from Fry. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Harden against Korver. Here's Tucker. And the layup's good off the glass.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
On its way from Rose for 2. Misses. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, guys. Kevin, what was working so well for you tonight?
I think we had a conservative effort on both ends. I thought tonight on the defensive end we really did a good job of stepping up and taking away their very good options that they have there. So they're a really well-coached team, but we had a great game plan tonight going against them on our home floor.
You really did get it done, Kevin. Thank you for your time. Back to you guys.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.